Disney decides that it is going to let itself be taken over by the LGBTQIA plus minus divided by sign, little caret thingy, little squiggly that goes above the letters in Spanish group, when they decide that they're going to allow their company to be renormalized by the radical trans activists inside the company, they lose business. And they will lose business, and they should lose business. And this just demonstrates, once again, America's biggest corporations are being held hostage by the woke because they are cowards. They're absolute cowards. See, here's the thing about working here at the Daily Wire. We pay you to work here. You do not dictate to us how the company is run. That's absurd.
I think it's absolutely insane to think that employees have no rights in a workplace, have no say over how they're treated. But this is a guy who wants labor to have absolutely no power. Never forget it. Never forget also, as was pointed out by Jorby in the chat, the right has two versions of one joke. I identify as an attack helicopter, and LGBTQ JD, they're putting other things there. They got symbols and stuff. We're talking about people's fundamental humanity. I know that it's a joke to people like Ben Shapiro, but these people don't want to be erased from public consciousness, erased from discussion. They don't want the kids of gay couples to feel like outcasts. So look, some people have expectations for a massive corporation like Disney. By the way, so does he. So the ruse, the con that is baked into everything that Ben Shapiro was saying there is, it is wrong of these leftists to believe that a corporation should care about what they want. And how dare you threaten Disney with retracting your support if they don't give you what they want?
But according to Ben Shapiro's own logic, he could tell his employees to walk into a fire.
Yeah.
And if they said that sounds dangerous, he would say that is absurd that you would tell me how to run my company. There are fundamental protections for people. My garbage person of the week is Benjamin Elizabeth Shapiro. You might know Ben as the worst person on the internet most of the time. Well, he's backing up that reputation with tangible action. And it starts with Luke Skywalker, who ended up destroying him. We'll tell you the entire story right now. So in a response to the Don't Say Gay bill passed by the Senate and in Florida, Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker, tweeted this: "Gay, gay, 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 gay," saying it a bunch. To which Ben Shapiro responds, "So I take it you wish to indoctrinate small children into gender and sexual ideology because that's the only reason you're parroting idiotic propaganda." I'm gonna tell you how stupid that is in 1 second, but first, here is the amazing lightsaber from the sky from Mark Hamill, who tweeted, "Hi, Ben, I love mind reading acts. Now guess which finger I'm holding up. Love, Mark."
That is so good. Oh my God.
Hamill.
Which one was it, Mark?
The middle finger, Mark Hamill, into the TYT studio, said he recognized me once, made me feel so good.
I talked to him for 5 seconds maybe, and he was a delight. Anyway, tell me more.
So here's the thing, if we can go back to that second graphic, so I take it that you wish to indoctrinate small children into gender and sexual ideology because that's the only reason you're parroting idiotic propaganda. Every story that we tell children indoctrinates them to gender and sexual ideology. The point, you idiot, is that idea of gender and sexual ideology is 8 quadrillion years old. Every single Disney movie ends with a makeout session, you dumbass. And it's a makeout session between a prince who's beautiful and has money and says nothing, and a woman who's been through stuff. And even as strong as she is as a protagonist, she needs to marry that prince or else. And every time anyone has even remotely deviated from that to embrace the reality of people's situations, the reality of gender identity, sexual identity, the people at Pixar say that Disney tells them to take out any deviation from that path at any single moment that it happens. When anyone tries to make these fairy tales remotely realistic, which they've always been intended to do, and any lesson teaching agent teach good lessons, these sanctimonious twits show up and threaten them originally with some kind of cancellation, but now they're doing it with threat of fining them and putting them in prison. You guys are the idiots with pitchforks, not us.
It is what takes all of your money and gives you very little in return.
That is not true.
Okay, that's kind. I mean, it's kind of true. It depends on the kind of government.
That's what taxes are for.
Yeah, that is what taxes are for. But taxes are theft, children. Taxes are the government takes a part of the money that you spend, or the money that you earn, or the property value of your house.
On useless stuff. What about debt?
Mostly, yes. I mean, they're supposed to spend it on things like the police. They're not supposed to spend it on just random projects or silly things that they have in their head, and they tend to spend it on kind of silly things very often. But as you get older, you will realize how little you like taxes.
Yeah, he's way off base about that.
I come from a state called California, where monsters roam the streets and garbage is strewn everywhere. I think that Biden kind of makes up the rules as he goes. I don't think, unfortunately, he cares very much about the rules for being president. I think he just tries to do whatever he can do. Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia is my current favorite Democrat. He's preventing Joe Biden from doing a lot of bad things. So guys, you just learn more than you will in all of college about how the government works.
If the right is successful, yes, there will be so little left of colleges that will be allowed to be taught that won't have been banned by right-wingers in the government. Yes, he might be right in that way. Francesca, what did you make of that?
So he just told a bunch of 6-year-olds that the government doesn't care about you or do anything to help you, and also don't go to college. I just gave you all the college you need. Don't let this man around children. I'm sorry. Do not. And also, whoever raised that boy who was like, I think you're wrong about that. I love you. You're doing an amazing job. Have more kids.